Welcome back. Week 2 NFL season. I feel like it's already going way too fast, man. Week 2 is already here. I think that we just did a pod a few days ago, and it was crazy. It was crazy weekend. Both our teams lost, unfortunately. But
Kind of
how you
expected
feeling?
mine. Yeah, kind of
I
expected it. But you know what though? I mean, they should have won that game thanks to Alligator Arms CD Lamb, but I can't say I'm not surprised. This is just a typical way the Cowboys, you know, they have an opportunity and they never take advantage of it. So here we are again. Football season's so back for Cowboys football, so I'm not surprised. Not
Yeah.
surprised. Although, I
Uh,
mean, there's some things that shocked me that I was like, okay, that was kind of impressive, but yeah, it's just week one. I look at it as like still kind of like preseason for the starters. So
yeah, no, I mean, and then
yeah.
I see like I see you guys. I went to the pub to watch the first half of the game,
Mm.
and and I went back home to watch it the second half, and I was like, oh my god, this they were just going back and forth, and I'm like, hold on, they're
It was
thinking that they're the
fun.
Eagles. I was like, this is crazy stuff.
I, like legitimately that. I mean, when Dak is under center, no doubt he's going to throw the ball. He's going to chuck it, whether he throws a pick or not, couple picks. But like, no doubt in my mind that we know that they were going to put some yards. They had, CD Lamb. They have another receiver finally. Although I'll get to that in a little bit. The offense still continuity again. Brian Schottenheimer. He's been in that offense. He created most of the stuff that they were working through. So I wasn't sure how the running game was going to be, but it was effective. I mean, hell, if you have Miles Sanders going off on a long run, then something they're doing something right. But Tyler Booker looked really good actually against the run. I thought he did pretty good job. So
And and Javante Williams for our futures bet look pretty good. We're
yeah,
20% there, you know.
but on the flip side, I'm like, oh, I think I made a mistake with Pickens because I am seeing the same crap when when they're not they you're not seeing it all the time, but when you go back and look back, he's just lazy, man. He just is
Dropping
lazy.
passes does not,
He's
like
just he
his
just doesn't
attitude.
give he doesn't give effort, and I'm like, you know what?
Agreed.
If we see this the next game, I'm just gonna have I'm just gonna say he's not a guy that you want on your roster. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're not giving effort like the way you should be, then it's just pointless. But we'll see. And it's like again, uh Dak and CD always had a connection. So doesn't surprise me. He was always looking for him. So let's see what the next month is gonna be with this offense, different style and stuff like that. But also Cowboys benefited by not having Jalen Carter disrupt the interior. So who knows how
What
that game
a
would have actually turned
what
out.
a fool that guy was.
I
At first I missed it,
like
and I was like, "What happened there?" I thought they just like pushed each other, and then I saw the replay, like, "Oh my god, you can't!" Because
I just
I honestly thought it was unsportsmanlike conduct, right? And I was like, "Okay," but
yeah.
then he was walking to the locker room, like, "Wait, what happened here?" Like,
I it was funny because I like turned around for a second, like the game it hasn't even begun, and then all I see is the flag come out, and then he says he's been ejected. I was like, "What for? What did he do?" And yeah, apparently he spit on him. Obviously, there's video of Dak looking like he spit at him, not on him, but like it looked like he spit at him. So that's probably what started
yeah,
it.
I think it kind of went in his like
Mind
shoulder
games,
pads over here.
mind games.
Yeah,
I'm gonna side with it, of course, for the Cowboys. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I ended up taking the 8.5 on that. I just couldn't
we talked
just
about it.
it just was
It's
it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. That's just too much disrespect. Like if it's like, you know, 6.5, okay, all right, I get it. But like, when you're talking about 2 points like that, that's massive. That's a key number to have on eight.
especially nowadays
And
in the
I
NFL. Yeah,
yeah. And then I've been doing the 10-point teasers. I've unretired from teasers and this started from preseason. Thanks to Lights Out saying, pointed it out. And I was like, oh man, I haven't done teasers in a while, but just all we did was we picked the 3 lowest, total games, and we teased the over. What was it, like 23.5, 24? So, I was like, "You know what? Let me do one more." We did well in the preseason, so I put Cowboys in one, plus 18.5. I was like, "That's ridiculous, plus 18.5." So, yeah, that really worked out, in our favor. So, and Javonte Williams, anytime touchdown, thanks to Mech. I think he called that one out.
Yeah, and
So,
I think that I had two. I have him in two of my leagues, and he was riding my bench, and I was looking at it like, oh my god. And then I had Hollywood Brown in my dynasty league, also riding on my bench, and I was like, I just left like 40 points on the bench, and I lost, of course,
oh,
because I
yeah.
had Xavier Worthy and George Kittle, who unfortunately
Yeah.
died.
Oh, I
But
have Kittle in all my leagues, and maybe we could talk about that. I've already scrambled. I think I got a player, and I don't. I'm putting a fab on there, but there we can maybe talk about that a little bit later. Just talk, but yeah, I kind of had the predicament of I have one regular league, one keeper league in a dynasty. So I'm down to just those three. I'm happy about it. In my keeper, I have Josh Allen, but in my regular league, I was going up against him. So I was in a predicament. I was like, well, I'm in a losing situation no matter what. One team might win, the other is going to lose. Worst case scenario, both lose. So yeah, unfortunate.
yeah, you were. Yeah, actually, talking about Josh Allen, I think they're my biggest winners in week one. I mean, that's it's. I honestly was gonna go to bed, but the Buffalo Bills just
You can't, man. You can't sleep in
there's
that
one
game.
thing. Oh no, but it was like 15 points, 6 minutes left, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a regular season Lamar Jackson. He will destroy you, right? And then
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, the block punt, right? And then they went back and scored like right away, and I was like, oh my god, this is a game that you must watch. And I mean, Josh Allen shows why
For
he's an MVP.
yeah.
And this was a huge game, huge complication for the AFC number one seed, right? We still have the
Oh,
Chiefs involved,
absolutely.
right? But like, this was a huge loss. I know it's only week one, but I think this, in the long run, this is
I
a huge
just
game.
can't believe it Henry fumbled at the time he did. I was like,
Oh,
this is just if it almost feels like it's a script, but
uh,
it I mean, I don't
doesn't
believe
it?
in that shit. I don't believe in that shit, but like it does. It was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Like this is
Yeah.
I'm happy about it because I'm like, we get a
As a
crazy game. I
fan,
mean,
as a
on
fan, yeah,
week 1, I mean, shut the season down. Just shut it down. I mean, that was the best game of the year, hands down.
yeah.
And
I
it
know, I
was
totally
just
agree.
big, it was just big plays too. Like Derrick Henry just breaks runs, big passes. Uh, Hopkins, his one-handed catch. I mean, and your boy over here had Hopkins anytime touchdown too.
Yeah,
Uh Random. I'll explain my logic behind it, but it's just had everything you wanted. Just
yeah.
everything. And
No, that was
the
that
two
was
best
that was a good
quarterbacks in the
game.
league. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and no, so I still believe that the Baltimore Ravens are probably, in my mind, they're the best team in the league. Buffalo is right there as well. I still believe in Lamar Jackson to finally do it, but again, like we'll see, it's a long season.
Honestly,
But
I'm starting to question the Ravens. Like, just
one,
maybe it's a Harbaugh thing. Like, how is it that you guys are up so many points? There's quite a few games we've seen this from them, and they just can't close out games. It's maybe, I mean, they probably were trying. It just happened to be a mistake. Henry fumbles, but like it's just crazy to think like this with the roster that they have. How do they continue to make those mistakes still to close out games? It's just unbelievable to me. Like,
yeah, I had a
and
conversation with
I
somebody.
don't know.
Yeah, no,
Go
no, no.
ahead.
I
Yeah.
had a conversation about this with somebody who's a big, NFL fan, and we share this. Like, it feels like when Lamar gets in this situation, he doesn't have it mentally. Where Josh Allen took the ball and said, "Give me the ball, I'll go and win us this game." It feels like he like kind of crumbled, like on the third down and six was
Yeah.
it, at the end, like just have Lamar. He had plenty of time to run. Like he's so mobile. I mean, Lamar is just an amazing quarterback. Have him run for those 6 yards, and I feel like that's what Josh Allen would have done. I mean, we saw Michael Penix do it with Atlanta this week to go and take the lead with Tampa against Tampa. You saw JJ McCarthy last night, a rookie. I'm gonna call him a rookie because it's his first NFL game. He didn't really play
Yeah.
last year. You saw him do it in a clutch moment when they were down by 2 scores. The Bears collapsed. But I mean, it was just like one of those things where you see it continues to happen. I still highly rate Lamar Jackson, overall. But I see what you're
I
saying.
listen. I've always like. I mean, I've always been a Lamar hater, actually, more than anything. But you know what? Over the past like I would say 2.5 seasons, I was coming around to it. I mean, Jay made it worse for me to admit it, but I really came around to it. I'm like, he's gotten better. He's actually been a more accurate quarterback than I thought. But that is still the one thing I've always never believed in him, and that was why, like, I bet against the Ravens. Was it last year against the Chiefs or the year before? Like, I no doubt in my mind, I was like, it's not. I still thought the Ravens had a great roster that could beat the Chiefs, but I just thought when you put Patrick Mahomes and against Lamar, I'm gonna bet on Mahomes in that situation. But obviously things are a little bit different this year. I'm not talking about it this year. I'm just saying in the past. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just they're a funky group, like such a talented
yeah,
team. Should be like you could argue the best quarterback running back duo, top 3 ever, maybe
agree.
top ever. I
I
will be
agree. No,
biased and
I
say that's
agree.
Aikman and Emmett, but
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Like you got to finish these games, man.
agree. No, no,
You're
and
up
that's the
40 to
same
20, 40 to 25 and going into the
with like
fourth. Like
6 minutes. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, it happened last night
figure
with
it
the
out.
Vikings game. It's
I
completely agree.
unfortunately I missed that game, but I did rewatch some of the longer highlights, and wow, did JJ McCarthy look like shit. Like
For the
I was
first
like, he
50
makes
minutes of the game.
yeah, like he made Zach Wilson look like an all pro. That's how bad he was. It was pretty remarkable
Yeah.
seeing it. But hey, they pull it
No,
out.
that's hey,
Vikings. Pick
they
them.
got
We did we'll
that
finish it.
division is wide open. Like I mean, like I'm biased, right? Because I'm a Lions fan. What I guess here's my time to bitch about the Lions. What I saw, and
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, I was not expecting anything. We've chatted in the Discord before. Lions just look like the same old Lions. Run up through the middle on first down. Jared Goff without that offensive line is just average Joe. I'm sorry, like he's just and
Oh, they're really missing Ragnow and
yes,
what
and
was his your guard
Zittler, Zeitler, yeah, Zeitler. I don't know
Zittler,
how to say
yeah,
it. Yeah, he's
Zeitler.
with the Titans now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the one
You
thing is
guys
like
are.
we saw Jameer
I'm
Gibbs
starting to think.
trying.
I'm starting. I think I'm changing my tune a little bit. Like if they're going up like the Bears, you guys play them this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like against. I'm not saying Bears are going to win or anything, but like they're going to disrupt that interior big time if they keep it
Oh,
up.
they
Like I
will.
saw that play against at the like 2 yard line,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think is a rookie guard you
Back to
guys have.
back. Yeah, right.
He just
Well, we moved Glasgow to center. He was a guard, but he's going to center now. He'll have
okay.
the rookie play guard, Ratledge from
Yeah,
Georgia.
he completely just I don't know where he went. He just completely missed his assignment and just left
Yeah,
the guy one on one with Montgomery, and Montgomery did a good job of at least getting to the 1 yard line. It's just it
barely.
was bad,
Which
barely.
saved my safety bet. Safety bet is
Mm.
1-0. So
There you
this
go.
week
Well,
I was
we
close.
should we should recap the bets we did actually.
Yeah, well,
Um,
so we did get so before we go there, my biggest loser
okay.
has to be the Titans, but they cashed our bet 8.5. I think I know it was a rookie quarterback, but that offensive line was supposed to be their bread and butter, right? They have a whole new top. I want to say like top 12 offensive line. Lots of money. They allowed 6 sacks. We saw a little bit of like Cam Ward back at the Miami days where he scrambled. He had a couple of good throws, but
Mhm.
just the Titans were just terrible, and we got lucky. I mean, there was a time during the game where like, oh my god, we lost 8.5, but they came back, and I'm glad. But that's my biggest losers are the Titans this week. Outside of, I don't want to mention the Dolphins because that was just like out just terrible game. But yeah, go ahead with the recap with the bets. I know we had the Titans. Um,
Yeah, 6-1. I ended up going against the spread, but it wasn't like a lot of easy stuff because I did take a chance on Javonte Williams over 12.5 reception yards. I think he ended up with 9, so that was a loss. Um, I think my most fun bet that actually hit was D Hop, DeAndre Hopkins
Explain
anytime
why you
touchdown.
picked him now for the
So, like, I was
listeners.
just I was just flirting with I was, because we were discussing what to do in the game, like who's betting what. And I was like, "You know what? This is more of a live bet game for me. When you have a number at 1 and it shows you why Vegas is so good. Bills won by 1, all right? So I was like, wait till the first score, take the opposite team, or unless if you think the Ravens or the Bills are just going to win outright from the get-go, like they're going to score and that's it, you take the team. But I just didn't feel confident in either team at that number. So I was just looking around and I was like, you know what? Let me look at anytime touchdowns. And I forgot that they had DeAndre Hopkins. What do you bring DeAndre Hopkins in for normally, especially at this point in his career? You're bringing him to catch the ball in short yard situations or when you're in the red zone. And I know that's the only time they were going to play him. Most of the time when they're in the early possessions, they're going to probably go to Flowers, right? They're going to go to Bateman. They're going to go, maybe they'll look at the tight end like Andrews,
And
run the ball, right? There's going to be an opportunity. So obviously it's a long shot. I wasn't like confident he's going to get it, but I thought it was at 5-1. I was like, that's worth today's game, especially because they might not be looking at D Hop at all. So it just so happened to be like a 25-yard touchdown catch that he had. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I was even shocked because I just, was going based on that logic, and there you go. Like, he's got glue for hands. That's the guy. You want the reliable guy for those moments, and that's what they brought him in for. So,
yeah, no, that was good. I mean, we had our long shot. Remember, we did the little quick parlay of the three guys and Puka when
oh
he
my
won to let us
god,
down.
Puka
It was
got so
16-1.
close,
Oh my
so
gosh!
close,
But I I
so
I I think
close.
we're gonna start doing those every week just for fun. Pick three guys and like
Yeah,
make
I
it
mean those were
16x. Why
solid,
not? I mean, they hit two
solid,
of the
and it
three hit,
and Kittle caught his touchdown, gets
and
hurt,
then
like,
got
what, next
died.
next possession? I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank God, at least he did it after he caught that touchdown."
And
So,
Sutton caught the touchdown right before halftime, and I was like, "Holy shit, we're looking good!" And Puka went in,
yeah,
went out, went in, went out. I was like, "Oh my
and when
god!"
I
And
was like, it's just
but no, that
nightmare
was
in your
good.
head. Yeah, the
Um,
only other thing I would say was I pushed on the 10-point teasers again. The I just was looking at, where are the like I normally when I do this, I just try to see where's the value number, where's the number. And I did 3 and hit 2 out of 3. So one of them was the boys at 18.5, Cardinals at plus 3.5, Bucks at plus 8. So that was the big one for me. And then I just sized down a little bit on the next two, just on game day. I did Saints plus 16.5, Giants plus 16, Atlanta plus 10. And that one hit, but the one that didn't, I threw the fins in. I regret every moment of having fins in anything ever again. But I had Bills plus 11, fins plus 10, skins plus 4. Unfortunately, the fins ruined that one. So
yeah,
out of all of them, out of 9, I got 8 out of 9 right. So we'll probably go again. We'll try it again next week
yeah,
or this week.
yeah. With my side was I had the Browns, the plus 5.5. They should have won the game outright.
That I can't believe they should have won that game. I think
Yeah.
Burrow only had 7 yards passing in the second half. Like, how do
Oh,
you
he
not
was
win the game?
terrible. He was terrible.
Yeah,
I also had the
yeah,
Niners. I know you guys had. I got lucky with that one. I had the Niners.
yeah. That was
I
my
did.
one that I lost.
Yeah. We. I also had. Unfortunately, I picked the Panthers. That one lost. But
Oh,
I was with you on the Cowboys. I did wanted to pick the Bills, but I picked the Ravens, and that one lost. Unfortunately, but
yeah.
it's sometimes how it goes. I did have Arizona Cardinals on my side bet. I did not post it anywhere
So
or
why
anything. It
did
was
you
just
take? Why
because
did you take it? Wait, why did you take the Panthers? We were just all over the Jags.
I
I
know
mean,
you guys
I there
were,
was
but
nothing.
I just was like, I don't know. I just had a feeling that Bryce Young is gonna come back out for after a really improvement from last year. He had a couple new weapons, right? Macmillan, Chuba Hubbard looked pretty good. It was just like I don't know. I was stupid, and I'm not a Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence
that
guy.
was. I'm not
And
either, but I
and
was like, there's nothing that was going to get me to go on the Panthers for that game at all.
yeah,
That was actually
but
one of my biggest bet, right?
yeah,
For
Jags.
the
Oh,
week.
oh, I know the score was popping and Duval, whatever you guys
I
were
know
saying.
sometimes it can get yeah, but no, but I avoided the noise and I was like, there's no way I could pick back the Panthers here at like
that's
was it
uh
3.5 4? Is that
that's
I
Marines
had it at
national
4.
team. That's his home
It
team,
is
London Jaguars.
London,
So
London, the London, the
Jags.
UK Jags.
So that's his new team. But no, and then we had the Browns I already mentioned, and I think that was it from the main bets. We did. I know we discussed over unders, but I think that everybody, I think 99% of cappers and people who post picks online and experts had the under in the Pittsburgh game wrong. I mean, nobody expected that to be the second highest scoring game in the week. But I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Justin Fields. Like that was
Yeah.
very impressive the way that he played out there. And but there was a stat that I just saw this evening was that last year Dan Campbell with his coordinators Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, they lost only 2 games last year, and in week one they're all 0-3 because the Jets
Wow.
lost,
Yeah.
Bears lost, and Lions lost. It was more like a funny joke, but yeah, and so um, let's look ahead to week two.
Yeah.
What do you have? What do you like? And
So
I have a couple
week
games
two
that I
is a
like.
little.
Well, you know what?
Week two is a
Let's
little.
start Thursday night. Let's start there.
Okay, Thursday
We
night.
have a great game. We have the
Oh
Redskins
God.
and we
All
have the
right.
Packers.
Yeah, man. I've gone back and forth. I am leaning, and this is lean. So I'm leaning Packers if I can get 3. I'm not paying up for it, but I think I would lean Packers, and I think I could be patient. I think that you know, public is going to see Commanders and Jaden Daniels. It's a big name, right? And they're looking good. They won, whatever. But I hate to say it, I think Packers -3 could be a pretty good spot for them. I could easily see this being like a 24-20 win for the Packers. But another tricky thing is I know the Packers. They let off the throttle in the second half, or something happens. They're just like the Bears, right? Benny Johnson is what I would say. Um, so it's like part of me thinks if I'm considering maybe Packers first half because there's a lot of times they come out and they come out hot, like they just you know they're scripted, right? It's a Matt LaFleur thing. He just comes out and does it well. But that's what I'm leaning. I haven't done anything yet, and I actually haven't seen the total, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm eyeing Green Bay maybe first half or the game, but we'll see. What
I'm
about
on
you?
the opposite. I'm on the opposite side of the ship. I'm on the
Uh,
Commanders here. I Only reason why is because I watched the Green Bay Packers game, and like you said, you nailed it right in. Second half they gave up. Not that they
just
gave up, but they
always
just like went
they just
slowly.
don't. They always do that. They always do. I've watched so many Packers games,
and
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 yeah,
Lions had a pick six that got put, called back for the penalty.
yeah.
And I mean, yes, the Packers were looking really good. I mean, that defense with Micah Parsons being very limited, he only played like 20 snaps, I think. I just think that Jaden Daniels is gonna be the difference maker in this game. And I know that the Commanders didn't really try against the Giants because Giants were just. I think Russell Wilson has another game and then he's gonna get benched for Jackson Dart or whomever is the backup. Is it
Yeah.
James Winston? I don't know. But I
Oh yeah.
I like that.
I
But
think it's supposed to be Jameis, but I'll
Jameis, yeah.
tell why. Yeah.
But I do like a bet that I saw, and you have to shop around. But
Yeah.
I saw it on DraftKings, and this is the best part about our pod is that we're not sponsored by anybody, so you could look at any line you want. You could mention any book. I looked at it on DraftKings, and you could do your own lines, and most of the places has like Jaden Daniels over 227 passing yards, but DraftKings lets you do 220 plus yards, and it's at minus 135. It's a little juiced, right? But then I was
Mm.
looking at the stats. This is gonna be a primetime game. It's supposed to be a close game. I know Jaden Daniels can run, right? He's got the running ability, but he went over and that clip at like 70% last year as a starter, as a rookie. I think that this game is gonna be a close game. We saw Jared Goff. Jared Goff is terrible. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm not a Jared Goff fan. But when the Lions were behind, he was slinging it. Like he got 100 yards in the fourth quarter. If this is a close game and they're underdogs, I could see him going over 220 yards. That's my pick for the game on Thursday. But I lean the Redskins or the Commanders. Sorry, 3.5.
Yeah. I mean,
That's my take.
I could go Commanders, and I just there's something about the Commanders too. Like Giants actually kept them in check, and the Giants are actually a shit team. They're still a shit team, I should say.
Yeah,
And I just think that like the Packers, as much as I want to hate them, they do have it seems like a pretty good team right now on
they are. No,
defense.
they are. Don't
And
get. They're gonna win the North. I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
no
And
matter what.
it's always nice that you're playing at Lambeau. I mean, like
Short
I don't
week. That's
I
another
don't
thing.
really I feel this line is trappy feels like either side, right? Unless you have this like just absolute confidence. And listen, I'm not selling picks here. I'm just giving you just what my opinion is. So
We're
take it how you want.
talking. We're having fun.
I'm like,
Right.
3.5 on the Commander side just feels like I would rather have 4 because that's a bigger key
Yeah.
number, right? And then Packers 3.5, I'd rather have 3 because it's at least you can push if it's just a 3-point game. So it
Unless it's
doesn't make
24-20.
me
Yeah.
it doesn't make me fuzzy, but again, just for the sake of like having fun and what we're talking about, if I had to make a pick, it's going to be Packers. If it's at 3.5, I'm probably still going to take the Packers.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Commanders at 4 than 3.5, and at least Packers I can get at 3.5. So if they do win, 24-20, we still cover. But I guess that's where I would be going with it. But honestly, I'd rather go first half Packers. Probably
Yeah.
be
What you
like one
mentioned
and a
earlier,
half,
it makes sense. Yeah.
2.
They go
Right.
start very hot. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right. Sunday. I could go first. I like the
Yeah. You
Patriots
go.
plus 1.5. Patriots plus 1.5 for Miami Dolphins.
Just make sure I'm seeing. Oh,
The Patriots are
oh,
underdog. I know it looks trappy. It looks like, oh my god, the Dolphins suck. They're
No,
favorite.
actually, honestly, I dig it. I think uh, it's hard. I personally, I don't like. Yes, I want to take the Patriots, but the reason
Yeah.
why I'm like, "Ugh, I just
Are they
don't
baiting
know.
us?
Just yeah, right. Like what's going on? But I will say the cash is like right now leaning towards Patriots 77%. But it's not a lot of money probably going in right now. But I'm sure
Yeah, it's on a Tuesday. It
as
might.
the week goes, that's good. It might adjust. We'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
they might flip, but the reason is like I watched
mhm.
the Mike McDaniel is gonna get sacked by week 4. I just can't see the
Yeah,
Dolphins is
they
just
lost the locker room.
terrible.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
and Tyree got new allegations again this
I
morning I
heard.
seen, and just the whole roster. I mean, the Colts look like Peyton Manning Colts. I mean, like Daniel Jones is out there like doing whatever he wanted to do, and I
Yeah,
rate Drake May, and I think that the Patriots had a terrible game against the Raiders. Right, Geno Smith was out there slinging it. The passing game was, Drake May started good right in the first half, but like they kind of gave up second half, and that was probably one of those where lots of people were high. We talked about it about the Patriots that they could be an upset for your survivor pools if you pick them.
yeah.
And but I think this is a bounce back spot. I saw a stat that the Patriots, and they've been terrible for a while now, right? Not terrible, but they were bad for a while. They haven't started 0-2 since 2001. So I'm like, all right, I'm back in that trend, and I like the coaching staff. I like the supporting staff around there. I think I'm going with the Patriots plus 1.5.
Yeah, I can't back the Dolphins right now, and
No,
I'm not saying I'm gonna make. So I do I'm in a pool where we have to pick against the spread, and so every game we have to pick. It's pretty robust with the people that I'm going up against. So I'm picking the Patriots right now as my pick. Will it change? It could. Like I like to make sure like I'm getting every ounce of information, even like to the minute before kickoff, before I make a change. Well, and that I have to do it in an hour before Thursday's game. But right now, I'm leaning Patriots too. I just cannot. That Dolphins team is a wreck. Yeah, and the locker room's lost. Um, Defense is pretty crappy right now. The offense looks very lost. So we'll see.
yeah.
We'll see
Yeah,
what
I mean,
happens.
the line looks very, very trappy. Like Vegas is like, please take us, take us. Maybe that's what it is,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go for it. I'll just bite it and see what happens.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm with
What
you.
do you have? Um,
The game, funny enough, you brought up the Colts. So there's not a game that I really like yet. I
Denver. That's
just
my
want
next
to
pick. Do
Denver.
it. We have a friendship
No,
bet. You
I
go with the Colts.
possibly I don't like the number, but I
I
think
can't
that
believe
there's a
this.
little under I think there's a little undervalue on the Colts. I mean,
Hmm.
I know they just beat the Dolphins or whatever. I get it. But, like, Bo Nix didn't look that great
Oh,
in the last game, and he was at home. I
RJ
maybe the
Harvey did look
Titans
good. Maybe they
he
just
did.
underestimated the
I just I
Titans.
like,
I don't
I'm
know.
looking at here's what I'm looking at. It could be, but here I'm just looking purely on numbers. That's it. Like, the team looked better, obviously, with Daniel Jones looked like a all-star, but they did just kick the shit out of the Dolphins. It could have been a shutout, and so not many teams can shut out, unless you have to be really freaking bad to do that, like, seriously,
It has happened though.
the
Yeah.
but the Colts are +2. Maybe I think it's early season, Vegas probably doesn't have the right number on them yet. People don't know, like, right, if the mindset is Daniel Jones, he sucks, right? Colts have sucked, all these things. Well, early season, sometimes the numbers don't reflect what the team actually looks like
Oh
back
yeah, I
to his
lost you.
his moments, right? But I just think right now with the number, you're giving me +2. This is like what I was thinking about the Jets over Pittsburgh and why I took the Jets +3. I mean, Jets could have actually easily won outright last week at home. That's another thing. Colts are at home. Bo Nix is got to go on the road now, and I just kind of like the number of the Colts. I would still take it at +2, and I'm considering it.
Okay,
I'm actually considering it.
so we're again on the opposite shit. I'm on the
We
opposite.
might, and that's
Maybe
fine. That's fine.
we're having
And that's
fun.
what makes it. But it's that keeps the equilibrium, right? Like
That's
if we're
right.
always on the same thing, there's always
Oh
good
yeah.
that might be a question mark, but no, and that's fine. I still think I have a Broncos to make the playoffs ticket, so I just I'll tell you this. I'm considering them as definitely a play into the 10-point tees, because if you get them at plus 12, I like that even better. But considering I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but yeah, just the number, man. It's plus 2. Like maybe it should be closer to pick 'em than plus 2.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I hesitate with, is just I'd rather have the key number of 3, because if they do lose, it could be by 3. So
yeah. No, I totally I see your point, but I just it could be a little bit overreaction.
could be.
The people are hot on them, and Vegas is trapping you. Oh, how did they just destroy this team and out there getting 2 points at home against a team that barely beat the
Well,
Titans, right?
let me
But
ask
again,
you this.
yeah,
Let me ask you this. Okay.
hmm
If the Broncos lost this game, what do you think this number would be?
it would
Do you
probably
think
be
the Colts would
minus
be
one,
be
minus one.
so they would just only dock them a point?
No,
You
I
would
mean it would
say.
be minus 1 Colts.
Oh, Colts. Yes.
Colts
Okay.
would be the
I
favorite. Yeah, yeah, it
okay.
would be the Colts. That's
So, I
why
mean,
I just can't see. I mean, I just trust the Sean Payton a little bit
yeah,
more.
100%. Don't blame you.
Maybe he got a scheme up for this game, and he's got a whole week to do it. I know that
And
it's a dome
I
game.
might change my tone as the week goes on, maybe
Yeah.
because again, I didn't see the Broncos game to know what exactly
I only saw
happened.
highlights. I didn't really
Same
watch the
with
whole thing.
same with the Colts, because why would I be
Who
watching that game
who
when I'm
watched
watching
that
these
game
other ones?
except Mac? There's nobody else I know
Right,
that probably watched that
exactly.
game.
So like I gotta just see like what was it like. I would have to see before I do that, but that's just one of the games. I have a stinkier one that's I would
Oh,
rather do, maybe potentially.
is it the
I
Brownies?
don't know. Yes,
Is it?
yes. Fuck, man. Are you? If
You know
you
what though?
if it's
Sharp money's
plus,
going on the Browns.
plus. I think I heard it was plus 10.5, but
It was 12
it
and a half
opened
this morning.
when it opened, I was like, "Fuck! I
Yes.
wish I would have done that and kept my teaser open or something." I got to
You would have
remember I
been.
can do that.
Yeah.
But come on, yeah, I know the Ravens are going to come out swinging. They really are. Maybe I just it's a divisional game. All right, the Browns defense is actually not bad. I mean, they're pretty damn good actually. So I like the stinky games. Like where's that going? And the public is going to be
Oh,
hammering
after
the
a
Ravens.
loss, they're gonna be all over it. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, give me every single penny I have
They're
on the
mad.
Ravens.
They just lost to the Bills. There's no way they can lose. Yeah, there's no way you never know. They could lose.
Oh,
But
it's yeah. Well, let me ask you
yeah.
this.
Mm,
I'm on the same page with you. I think that especially it's a divisional game. They're always close, and
yeah.
we talked about this. Let me ask you this though, because this is a divisional game and it's your home team. What do you think about the Cowboys minus 5.5
Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh, Giants are
against the
bad, man.
Giants? Giants are
They're
bad.
bad.
I thought
And
the defense was gonna be better.
Dak owns the Giants.
Wasn't it
Go home
40-0 a couple years ago, the opener or something
something
like
like
that?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just own the Giants. The Giants are a wreck. Like one thing that does scare me is like, do they bench Russell Wilson if he's like early in the game and they go to I don't so I think this is going back to the roster. So they say Jackson Dart is the second quarterback. I think the reason why they list him as the second quarterback is if they have to pull Wilson, you put in your third string quarterback, because then you could still always swap back if you want to for whatever reason. Because the
Mm-hmm.
minute you go to your second quarterback, that's it. You can't replace him unless he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, when you listen to the ESPNs and all that, well, he's Jackson's the second quarter. He's listed as the second quarterback, but the third quarterback, Jameis, is listed as the third quarterback for a reason, and that's because they can swap out
Yeah.
Wilson if he does shitty and put Jameis back in. And if Jameis is even worse, they can swap back and put Wilson. Or if they really wanted to, they can, do whatever they want. But that's probably why. So if they do end up doing that, what if Jameis comes in and gets the backdoor cover or something like that?
Yeah.
But 5.5, um,
I
I
like it.
can't.
I think.
I can't take the Giants. You have to take the Cowboys.
There's your teaser right there. You get +1.
Potentially.
Could
I'm
be.
thinking I don't like betting on the Cowboys. I did it this last game because I just couldn't stand seeing an 8.5 just sitting there at -105.
Oh no,
Like,
that's
that's just
100%.
crazy. It's
100%.
just
I agree.
crazy to me. I kept quiet because I know I'm a Cowboys fan and all that, so I try to avoid everything in the chat, when they were asking me, like, "What do you think? What do you think?" I'm like, "The 8.5, man, that's just look at the number."
A lot.
That's crazy. So,
We
yeah.
we talked about it before, even on the pod last week, and we talked about it in the chat. Any divisional game, when you have 8 points or more, it's no matter how shit you are, it's a lot of points. It's the NFL. This is
Yeah.
not college. This is the NFL.
Yeah.
So um,
Ye yeah.
what about the game of the week? Eagles and Chiefs. Eagles are currently -1.5 at the Chiefs. Chiefs tough loss. Herbert looked good. Chargers look good. Quentin Johnston, oh man, like he had a career game. But Jimmy Harbaugh, man, he's quietly building a team out there in San Diego or whatever, Los Angeles. I think the Chargers
Yeah.
they might win the division. Never know.
I mean, Herbert started dating Madison Beer, and he turned into an all-star, so apparently,
Something's
life
working.
in the bedroom is great, and he's playing out of his mind, so
Yeah.
we'll see, man. I think maybe that's just early season too. Like, we're just
Yeah.
still
Well,
preseason in my mind. Like,
Chiefs did lose Wordy too. So Kelsey is still there. I know that he's older now,
I
but
I going back to I've looked at it and it's shifted like 2 points. Again, we are again, another +1, -1. Like what do I say? Unless you have a utmost confidence in a team to just score from the get-go and we'll keep going, take them. But
you have
I
a
would
gun to your
assume
head. Who do you pick? You have to
I'm
pick
taking
one.
Eagles.
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 Okay, well we're on the
I
same page.
I I think there's something inherently wrong with the Chiefs right now, and maybe it is the Tyreek effect. Wait till Rashee Rice gets back, and I think that things will
That's week
start like
7, right?
working. Yeah, but
That's
that
week 7.
offense just does not look good without like a real top wide receiver or like a speedster like Hill where he can just like take the coverage with him and there's more underneath for him, or Rashee Rice who can just catch anything and has got the big body of a wide receiver to body up on a cornerback. So like that helps. The Worthy is good, but he's small. Like you got to use him in a gimmicky kind of way sometimes, or he needs a compliment like a Rashee Rice next to him. So again, it's like Tyreek Hill. Worthy just goes streaks and Rashee will get underneath, but Worthy's gone. So who do you have? Like you're gonna rely on Juju? Like that's I don't know.
I mean, you got Kelsey. That's
Eagles.
about it. I mean, that's
Again, here's what I would say, but from a betting perspective, it's always the same thing. Eagles first half, take them. Chiefs always have this weird starting the first half really slow, and somehow they just start turning it up. Take them first quarter. I think even a first quarter Eagles might be a pretty good play. I just can't see that defense really.
and Carter's playing
I
too. So
the one thing that does I will tell you this: if the Chiefs start getting into plus territory, then I'll start considering them in the teaser, like they are now, but not. I don't want it at +1. Like if they get to like +2, I'll probably start considering. I should probably take it at +1. It doesn't. 11 is fine,
yeah.
but they're at home. That's the one thing that
Oh yeah,
scares me.
and it's Patrick Mahomes.
Mhm.
I mean, I know
Yeah,
everybody gets weird about him, but he's just one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And
he is, but it's just like
I know he
we've
needs to.
seen this over and over
Yeah,
again. We've been saying this for like a year. Like Chiefs are yes, and they made it to the Super Bowl, yes, but they play like shit, man. They sometimes just play like absolute dog shit, and they somehow pull a win out of their ass. So that's why I say, here we go again.
and
Take a
it's a
first
revenge from
half,
the
and
Super
then
Bowl too. So
yeah,
They got embarrassed in the Super Bowl.
But
So
like you say, gun to head right now, I'm taking the Eagles. They just have a better roster. I feel like that they could do some damage, but let's see. The Eagles cornerbacks look like shit. But who are they going to throw to is my thing. Like what is Andy Reid going to game plan? So I think he will do
maybe
something,
maybe
but
that's a good game for props. Look at the receivers.
oh,
Noah
100%.
Noah Gray or something like some
Just
six
don't
string
bet the game.
fullback. It's gonna get like three
Just
catches.
stop messing with the -1 +1. If you want to like in my pick'ems right now, I'm probably going to be leaning Eagles.
Yeah,
Could
Eagles. Yeah.
change it by Thursday. Just want to see some things like who are going to be their top wide receivers, what's going on with their offensive line, like things like that. But there's so many ways you can bet that game. If you're just looking to bet it, wait till a live bet. If you think that, like I said, just wait for a live bet. You'll always have an opportunity.
Yep. No, I agree. That's a tough game, but we had to do it for just because
Oh
it's the
yeah,
game of the week,
100%.
and
100%. Yeah.
Do you have any other leans before we go to over under?
Oh, so I think I had well, I wanted to ask you, let's go to this while looking around, but what do you think of your Bears Lions matchup?
I think based on that's my over under game. I have under 47 in that game. But I think there was a stat I also saw, and I've watched every Lions game since I lived here for 20 something years. I think the Lions are gonna come out and I think they're gonna win and they're gonna cover. I think that the Bears, what I saw, Ben Johnson, right, is supposed to be this guru, which he is. I mean, he's an amazing coach. But we saw the same Caleb scrambling, running. As soon as he gets a little pressure, like I think like he panics and he goes and tries to run out and throws the ball to somebody. You know, the Bears that almost beat us last year in Detroit, they kind of had a little, like a little moment in the fourth quarter where they gave us the game. They were beating us the whole game. I just didn't see anything special out of the Bears. I didn't see anything special from the Lions. Don't get me wrong. That's why I'm going under. But I feel like Dan Campbell, maybe just a motivational factor. It's gonna be a home game. Lions have not lost a home opener since his first year, so he's 31 on home openers. And you know what's another crazy stat? The Lions have not lost a back-to-back game since the 23 season. So
Wow.
it isn't that crazy? Like they have not lost back-to-back game. That's crazy stat. I know because they've won a lot of games last couple of years. That makes sense. But I just think that the Lions, if we lose this game, it's gonna be the town is gonna burn. I mean, the fan base is gonna turn down and it's gonna be over because we have so much hype the last 2 or 3 years. I think Lions cover, but I'm a homer. I'm just not impressed by what I saw by the Bears but also with the Lions. So I think that the Lions have room for improvement. Maybe last year we saw it too. The first game we played the Tampa Bay Bucks, we had to win in overtime, and it was a tough game. Then we, no, the first game was the Rams,
Yeah.
that we barely won. Second week we lost. We did not look good, and so I'm just I'm trying to think that Lions are gonna bounce back and we're gonna beat the Bears, but that's gonna be my lean on that game.
All right. Okay.
And the line
I
moved.
just
It opened at 4.5. It's
for
five
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 and
and a half now.
five
Yeah.
and a half
So
now. Yeah, and it's moving too. Uh, yeah, like I was leaning Lions. Just curious to see because I'm thinking about what am I going to put them in my pick'ems.
and trust
So
me, I was on the Packers last week because had a feeling the Packers gonna win. I did not bet it because I just don't like to bet on my team and have to root against them. I just thought the Packers were the better team. They were at home, but this week I have to back the Lions. If I had to bet it, I'm picking the Lions to cover.
yeah, one game that I'm still like kind of back and forth on. This is Seahawks Steelers. So it's at 3 right now. Like part of me
Oh,
wants to take the Seahawks, but part of me also doesn't like, and this is one thing I do love. I love these, these West Coast to East Coast, East Coast to West Coast travel spots, right? Like I know like it's common nowadays, but it's still a thing.
Yeah.
If the Steelers can get down to like 2.5, which is leaning right now Seahawks, I think that's going to be one that I might consider to take the Steelers. I think it's a spot where, maybe that's the time like we see the Steelers at home, right? You've got Seahawks that have got the early game, that they got to play. So that is one I was eyeing. But another one, I just hate these, Monday night football games. There's two actually this weekend.
I hate that stuff. The
I do
7 o'clock
too.
and the 10 o'clock,
But
whatever.
I'm sorry, but Raiders are plus 3.5 against the Chargers. I know the Chargers are good, and they just saw like the Chargers and like what they did. I
That's
think
your
that
teaser piece, though,
I
for
think
sure.
so. But it is definitely a game where I'm like, hold your nose, take them. If you haven't
One.
seen if you haven't seen my trend right now, it's like where are the plus threes, plus twos, like those are the value spots I'm just like trying to spy right now and just snipe.
Well, one question mark is what was the status of Brock Bowers?
I think they said he's going to actually play.
Oh, he's playing. Okay, okay, because that's a
Well,
big
I mean,
question
it's
mark.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
right? That's why I don't like to, most people, and I get it. Like, I just don't have that opportunity to get the opening lines like you guys are getting. Like, I'm having to get once they've updated. But I'm the type like at that point, I'm going to wait first. Let me see some of the news, injury reports, all that before I place my like a lot of my bets. But there's a lot of times I will go early in the week if I can catch it at the same number as the
Yeah.
market when it opened. So,
No, that's no. I saw that one, and again, it's the East West Coast. What you mentioned is my upset of the week, though. I think the
which,
Saints can beat the 49ers. It's in New
yeah,
Orleans.
I do
I
too.
know it's only a 2 hour gap, but it's a plus 180 at. I'm looking at the line at DraftKings because it's the one that I have
And I
open.
think we have to take it now because what happens if Purdy's hurt and apparently his toe, he's not going to be as mobile
No,
if his toe is
and
hurt.
and Niners did not look good. They did not look good. Even though
Mm.
I'm like, happy that they won
And
because I bet on them.
that's why I was thinking about taking the Steelers is because maybe we are kind of overvalued because a lot of the market hasn't adjusted to like the Seahawks losing. If anything, like they were docked half a point.
Yeah,
So
and they realistically should have won the game. And
yeah.
the Niners just got their kicker too, who was terrible. He's a Michigan man, so
Mhm.
expected to be terrible. But
Yeah.
they have a new kicker. George Kittle was gone. Have their team is on IR receiving corps. Ricky Purcell and is Jennings back? I mean, like, is he gonna play? Because I know that he got banged
Yeah.
up again. CMC did not look good. I mean, so Saints. I mean, I know they lost to the
They're they're
Cardinals,
the
but they could
they're in my
easily do
pick
an
'em.
upset. Why not?
They're in my
Just
pick 'em.
okay.
No, I mean, I even might bet it like soon just because what happens if for any reason Purdy is ruled out,
Who's
Matt
the
Jones has
backup?
to be Matt
Oh
Jones.
god, we get to
So
watch
I
Mac
think
Jones and Spencer Rattler.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, amazing, right? So
Oh
yeah, like that is definitely a play I'm considering doing early on just because of that, but uh even if Purdy plays, I don't think the line adjusts much. I think if anything, I think it will stay steady at like 4.5 because public will be like, "Oh, Purdy's playing," you know. Anyways, I'm not going to let that deter me. I'm just looking at the number and seeing, like you said, like who's he got to throw to, and of course, if Purdy is out, I love the 4.5 now. I really
oh
do.
yeah,
So,
100%. Yeah, no, that's really good. I mean, I'm happy that
mm,
we're both on that. That's my money line big underdog for this week. So
I like it. I like it.
um, do you have anything else? I'm looking at I mean,
No,
there's a lot of games.
I've just been kind of going back and forth on this Texans Bucks. Like, I'm not gonna make
It's
a
two and a
decision
half.
or anything.
Way
Yeah,
too
it
early.
just feels weird. I'm unfortunately will on Mondays right now. I have my hockey league, so I don't get to sit and watch and live bet. So I have to make a play, and I've been like, of course I want something on that game, so I'm just keep
You're
going back
itching.
and forth. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like sharp money is coming on the Texans and still coming on the Texans, but I don't know. And we can go to totals though. Let's go to
Yeah, I mean,
totals.
I mean,
I'm not
my
gonna. I'm not gonna.
totals. Yeah, my total. I already gave it to you. It's the Lions Bears under 47.5. Another candidate is probably the Steelers game. I know they scored. I think the latest line is 40.5. I like to go under in that one just because Seattle, again, they struggled against the Niners, and I know that the Niners don't have a terrible defense, but it's not the Niners defense from years ago, right? And why is the line so low after the Steelers scored 34 points last week? And I just think
Yeah,
that it's gonna be a settle back down type of game. Mike Tomlin, 17-13 type of a game, So I just can't see it going over.
yeah.
What about you?
I kind of like the Broncos Colts over 43. I
Dome
actually kind of
game.
do.
Bonix can sling it. Daniel Jones can sling and run. Both are mobile quarterbacks. RJ Harvey, I think, had a great game as a rookie. Denver can run the ball. Jonathan Taylor is also great. I like it. I think
I
that's a good
it's
pick.
it was opened at 44 and a half and it went to 43 and I don't know, will it go to 42 and a half? Not entirely sure, but like at 43, I think it's a pretty solid number. I mean, we're talking about a 20 to 23 kind of final.
I see
But
it
like you said,
42 and a half on DraftKings.
yeah, 42 and a half. Like keep going lower. I don't care. I'm kind of being patient with it, but I kind of like it, man. I think that it's like you said, dome game. I think that, they're gonna Bo Nix will find his shots. He will
Yeah.
find his shots for
And
sure. And
Sutton looked very sharp too. So they have a great
yeah,
connection too. So yeah, no, that's a good one. I like that over.
yeah. Hmm.
Uh there's not many overs that I like. I mean, the Rams at Titans, don't want to touch that game at all.
No,
Um, Jags and Bengals, it's at 48 and a half. Don't want to
I
touch
don't
that.
want that. I don't want that. Almost kind of weirdly enough, kind of like the Dolphins Patriots over 43. I
Dolphins Patriots,
maybe
that could
this is
be a good
where
one.
both maybe this becomes one of those high scoring affairs between both teams. Both defenses just struggle to
Hurt Patriots.
contain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take the
Maybe
dogs out. Hmm.
yeah.
No, that's a good one. I mean, it could be a good taser piece too, though.
Teaser for sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Considering it as like taking that with the um last game, the Colts and Broncos, teasing them down 10 points and going over, but I don't know, just thinking about it, but I kind of think that it's a pretty good number for an over.
I that's I think that's gonna be in the taser piece. I think I like it. We could combine
Mm,
on with the Broncos, and you could
yeah,
do
and then
another one. And I mean, look at Carolina and Arizona. Over under is
where's
44 and a
there's let's
half. I
see.
like the under here, but I'm liking lots of unders, and I don't know if I like that. uh,
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's still like it's week 2, right? Defenses have looked kind of shaky at points for a lot of teams, and then they start settling. So
yeah,
um, that's the only thing that scares me is like the adjustments finally start happening in the second half. Like teams are opening their playbooks up at this point, right? They weren't showing cards, they weren't doing anything. Now they're opening it up a little bit more. That's why you saw like in that Minnesota Chicago game, they probably were just protecting JJ in the first half. And when they were actually down, they're like, okay, we need to probably start, opening things up a little bit more. But that's like a Vikings thing they do. So yeah.
yeah. I mean that the
Um,
Vikings that you mentioned that they're 4.5 points favored to the Falcons, and kind of leaning the Falcons here. They have a little bit of video now on JJ. Again, he's an athlete. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know. Maybe the
I'm
Falcons
struggling with the Falcons a little bit. It seemed like
they're up and down.
their offensive line just kind of is like, I don't know. That looks kind of suspect, right? Like it's just and the Vikings defense is good. Like if they can get through that interior, and once Penix is out of the pocket, that's it, man. Like
Yes, he does
he's
look
not
shaky at times too.
he just
Uh,
doesn't look as good. But I don't know what we're getting out of JJ. Although I do think like, hey, he scored what, 3 touchdowns, two
Two passing, one
passing
rushing. Yeah,
or one rushing. Like maybe that's a confidence booster. He looked a little bit better. He's got wheels. Let's see, right?
yeah,
This is second game. I don't want any part of it,
yeah. I'm not gonna be
but
touching that game.
if it was Vikings 3.5 though, I'm taking Vikings.
Yeah,
I will tell you that. If I can get Vikings even 3.5, like -110, I'm taking it for sure. That's not going to happen, but I'm just saying if the line somehow starts shifting towards the Falcons and whatnot. So
yeah. Well, let's see. I mean, I'm excited. Again, I don't want to wish the season away, but it's already here. I can't wait. I think
yeah,
Thursday's gonna be a great game. Um, Again, Discord. I'm sure we're gonna share more live, nasty, ugly games that we're gonna bet on, and
it's the way
college
to go,
too.
man.
It's
Yeah,
on a
go.
Saturday. Instead of going to the zoo, you're watching games. You know.
That's right. I'll tell you
So
this. Like I said, stay away from the premier games, right? If you're looking to punt, live bet it. Like the Clemsons, the LSU's, the top 10 teams. F that. You know what was my favorite game of the week that I bet in
Marshall.
college football?
I don't
No.
know.
Western Michigan +10. I think a +10 or +10.5 against UNT. I had every faith in my mind. I was like, +10 is the just is steal of a number. And it sweat free. It was sweat free, man. I think they won outright. I didn't even watch the game. I didn't even need to watch it. So
Yeah. Well,
just a
good for
little.
you, because I got
That's
killed
why.
in college. I got
That's why. This is
destroyed.
this is why I avoid those big games, man. I'm looking for the.
Well, no.
I'm looking for.
See, I had Michigan State -3, and and
Oh
we were beating them. They were going back and forth the whole game. I was like, okay, guys, I need -. I want to push. I'll be happy with a push at this point. Went to like
yeah,
2 overtimes. Then I had to go for 2 points at the end, and
yeah.
I won by 2. And I'm like, God damn it, here it goes again. And I had a terrible
Eh,
day. I mean, like UCLA, I had money line. They freaking got just destroyed. I had I can't remember who else I had, but I think I went 0-4.
Oof,
Full
that's rough.
transparency. I went 0-4. It was terrible.
Yeah, like
So
I still made out because I did a few bets that the guys were on, but thank God Western Michigan, I put more money on that than any other game, and I was like, yeah, that was the perfect cushion for me to have a positive weekend. But just like I said, it's the same thing with the NFL. You saw it. All the money pours in on the Ravens and Bills, and it ends up being so tight. It was a 1 point game. That's what Vegas does. But if you avoid the noise, go somewhere else. Look at the ones
Jets,
where that's the one. That's the one you want to take. So like the
Jags,
Jags,
yeah, games
Jags
that
and
nobody
Jets,
cares. Yeah,
the Jags and Jets. I think maybe Jags had some money on it, but the Jets +3. I'm like, I was surprised. Like, everyone's talking about the Steelers and whatnot, but not me, man,
yeah,
not me. But yeah, I'm gonna still bet these games.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
It's
Like
the
as
NFL.
soon as yeah, after the morning games, I was like, what are we doing next? Well, let's go Packers, let's go Rams, and
Yeah,
boom, we got it.
that's what
Although
it
the
is. Yeah,
Rams could have been
disaster.
worse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
All right, man. Well, I think that's enough. I think we pretty much touched almost every game, but this is fun. Uh,
Yeah,
we'll be
man.
back next week on Tuesday nights. We'll record, probably gonna post this for Thursday morning. I'm gonna schedule it, and but again, in accord, we always talk every day. So
Yeah,
I guess I'll see you in the Discord.
sounds good, man.
Yeah.